Once upon a time in a faraway galaxy, there was a planet called asteroid B612. This planet was home to a little prince with golden hair and a heart full of curiosity. Every day, the little prince would explore his tiny planet, tending to his beloved rose and basking in the warmth of the sun. One day, while taking a break from his daily routine, the little prince noticed a peculiar creature. It was a fox with a coat as red as fire. The fox approached the little prince and said, "Hello there. Would you like to play with me?" The little prince was intrigued and replied, "Of course. What game shall we play?" The fox smiled gently and said, "Let's play a game of friendship. But first, let me tell you a secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." The little prince didn't quite understand, but he listened attentively to the wise words of the fox. From that day forward, a beautiful friendship blossomed between the little prince and the red fox. As the years went by, the little prince couldn't help but feel a longing to explore other planets. He bid farewell to the fox and embarked on a journey through the vastness of space. Along his travels, he encountered countless planets, each with its own unique wonders and inhabitants. One day, the little prince arrived on a planet inhabited by a king. The king was adorned in a marvelous golden robe and sat on a magnificent throne. The little prince, inquisitive as ever, approached the king and asked, "What is your kingdom's rule?" The king replied with great authority, "My rule is to be obeyed by everyone." The little prince pondered for a moment and asked, "But what if someone is kind and compassionate? Shouldn't they be free to follow their own heart?" The king, who had never considered such a perspective, paused for a moment and realized the wisdom in the little prince's words. Continuing his journey, the little prince arrived on a planet occupied by a conceited man. The conceited man constantly gazed at his reflection in a mirror, praising himself endlessly. Intrigued by this behavior, the little prince approached and asked, "Why do you admire yourself so much?" The conceited man replied, "Because I am the most important person in the universe, of course." The little prince chuckled and said, "But how can you truly appreciate the beauty of others when you are too busy admiring yourself?" The conceited man fell silent, realizing the truth in the little prince's words. From that day forward, he learned to look beyond himself and appreciate the uniqueness of others. As the little prince continued his journey, he encountered a myriad of characters, each teaching him valuable lessons about humility, love, and the power of imagination. From a wise snake who spoke in riddles to a kind-hearted geographer who longed for adventure, the little prince discovered that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the beauty of human connections. Finally, after countless adventures, the little prince returned to his beloved asteroid B612. He went to visit his dear Rose, who greeted him with open petals and a radiant smile. The little prince realized that even though he had traveled to far-off galaxies, the love and friendship he found on his own little planet were the most precious treasures of all. And so, the little prince lived happily ever after, knowing that true happiness can only be found through kindness, compassion, and a heart full of love. But remember, dear friends, the story doesn't end here. It continues to inspire and remind us of the importance of seeing with our hearts and cherishing the connections we make in this vast universe. Keep exploring, keep learning, and always let love guide your way, just like the little prince.